It's another episode of Sugar Salt Soul. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, guys. Listen, we are leaving summer and going into my favorite time of year. It's fall, baby. The leaves are changing. The weather's getting cool. People are out getting some pumpkins and apple cider. All these great things. This is the time we celebrate friends, families, gathering, the holidays, Halloween, all these great festivities that are about to come upon us. We're going to start tonight celebrating with friends and family, and we're going to bring some of those amazing autumn flavors to life with some delicious bourbon glazed pork chop with a homemade bacon jam. We're going to feature some delicious sweet potato grits, and we're going to finish this off with an outstanding, tantalizing, creamy, creamed collards. So that's right, baby. We're doing some cream collard greens. This is going to blow you away. Sit back, relax. You see that button down there? Go ahead and click like and share. Tell a friend that Carson is on Sugar Salt Soul and it's about to do what? Get delicious. Let's go! Here we go, y'all. We're going to start with this marinade. You see it. Olive oil. Put it in there. Get all of it out that cup. We don't want to waste one drop. Then we're going to come in with that balsamic vinegar. You got to have the color. You know, brown makes everything better. Let's get into those seasonings. So we're going to have some brown sugar, some smoked paprika, black pepper, salt, and then we got some dried rosemary and some ground thyme, baby. These flavors are going to make this amazing. Go ahead and pour that in there. Pull out your whisk, and let's make that wrist action happen. Oh, yeah, get all those drops. Don't want to leave nothing. Here we go. Whip it. Whip it good. Da 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 da. I do not own the rights to this song. Keep on whipping. You want to make sure you get that very well blended. All those flavors coming together. Now really get deep in the bottom there because that brown sugar will settle. So you want to make sure you get all of that brown sugar mixed in real good. Now what you want to do is you want to get those pork chops. Yes, baby, those washed and cleaned pork chops. Baby, wash your meat. We don't want no dirty meat. Pour that up in that bag. Don't be like me and get down on your fingers. See, I just wasted some marinade and I already taste delicious. See how that brown sugar settles? We don't want that. Get something and scoop it all out. But for the sake of time, we just going to go with it. Close up that Ziploc bag. And we want to get that all rubbed into all that. Oh, yeah, baby. We're going to put that in a Ziploc bag. Rub all that over that meat real good. And if you got 4 hours, let it sit 4 hours. But if you got all night, baby, let that meat marinate all night. Let that flavor get all through that pork. And if you are the pork police, keep on strolling because we eat pork over here. All right, y'all, let's work with these sweet potatoes. We're going to take these sweet potatoes and we're going to wash them real good. Baby, these ain't no yams. These are sweet potatoes. Now, look, I didn't have no poker, so we just had the Jimmy rig. We going to say Jimmy rig because I can't say the other word. So we just going to say we had to blackenize this process. And we had to poke some holes in that sweet potato, baby. Poke, 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 and poke some more. Don't be scared. Trust me, it ain't going to run away. But make sure you get enough holes so that sweet potato can vent and really let out that steam while it is cooking. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to have a nice burnt mess of syrup from the sugar in that sweet potato. Once you get those holes poked in there, you're going to take you some aluminum foil. That's right, baby. I said aluminum foil because that's what grandmama used to say. Wrap that sweet potato up real good, nice and tight. We ain't boiling no sweet potato here, baby. We bake that sweet potato. We want to keep all that flavor concentrated. And we want to pull out all those sugars, baby. You boil that sweet potato, that thing going to be so bland. Now, look, we going to put that up. Don't y'all talk about my pan. We cooks over here. We don't use no new stuff over here. Once that cooks for 45 minutes in the oven set at 400 degrees, we're going to take that sweet potato and we're going to peel it. That's right, I ain't got on no gloves. The Bible said, he who has clean hands and a pure heart, my hands are clean. We're going to clean and peel that sweet potato and we're going to take it Yeah, clean up your mess. Don't leave no skin on it. We are not doing Yukon red potatoes. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what we're going to go with. We're going to put it in the bowl, and then we're going to whip it and smash it up just a little bit before we put it in the food processor. I don't have no fancy food processor, but I sure do have a Ninja. Oop, I almost said that word again. That's right, baby. I said a Ninja, and we're going to blend that until it is absolutely creamy smooth. Kind of like me. You might not be able to tell by my shirt. You see, you can't trust everybody chitlins, but I'm smooth, baby. Smooth as these potatoes. And there you have it. You're going to set those to the side, and let's work on those grits, baby. We about to work on these grits, baby. You're going to get you a medium-sized saucepan. Now, look, I said medium-sized. My saucepan was just a little bit too small, but we worked with it anyway. So you're going to take 1/4 cup of evaporated milk. Put that in that pot. Then you're going to add your 2 cups of vegetable broth. That's right, baby. I said vegetable broth. If you want chicken broth, that's your business and your prerogative, because I ain't got nothing to do with it. I use vegetable broth. Come on, baby. Let's spread some love. You can't spread nothing better than butter to spread the love. You're going to use about a half a stick of butter in there. Don't you waste one bit, because that butter going to melt once it get hot. We're going to let that cook on the stove for about 30 minutes until it gets thick. If it's too thick, baby, just add a little bit more milk or a little bit more broth, and it's going to be okay. Then you're going to take those whipped sweet potatoes, and you're going to mix that in and mix it. And oops, look at that. That's right. I sure did lick that off there. I wanted to see what it tastes like, and it was delicious. All right, y'all, let's work with these collard greens real quick. We're going to cook the collards first. What you're going to do is you're going to take some chicken stock and you're going to put that in a pot. About 2 cups of chicken stock to be exact. Going to add about 1/4 cup of olive oil just to keep your greens from sticking. I know you said, what are you talking about? Your greens from chicken and sticking and they in broth. Trust me on this. You're going to need 1/4 cup of olive oil. Now look, I use bag collards. If you got time to sit there and pick them collards and cut them collards like the old folks did, you go ahead. But tell you the truth, I put in just as much work with them bags because all them stems were getting on my nerves. Now we're going to add some Creole seasoning to taste. Now look, I can't tell you what kind of Creole seasoning I had because they ain't dropped no check, so we ain't going to advertise. And then we're going to put some red pepper flakes up on that bad boy, about 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes. And some fresh chopped onion. That's right, 1 cup of chopped white onion. That's going to add a lot of flavor. Now, one thing you notice, ain't no meat in these collards. And baby, I'm going to tell you something. Once you taste them, you're going to recognize wasn't no meat needed. Let's get into this cream sauce here real quick. You're going to add some butter. About a half a stick of butter. You know, we love butter around here. About a half a stick of butter. And then you can use 1 1/8 ounce and 4 ounces of cream cheese. You really don't need that half, but I like a thicker sauce, so you can just use 1/8 ounce of cream cheese. You're gonna put that on the stove. You're gonna add that Parmesan cheese. I use shaved Parmesan cheese because it melts better. And then you're gonna let it melt. Once that melts, you see those collard greens? You're gonna take those collard greens and you're gonna drain them before you put that in that mixture. Put them over into that cream mixture and mix it up really nicely. Please make sure you mix everything well. You want every piece of collard covered with that cream. Now look, don't y'all talk about me, because you know this is how you do it at home too, baby. You take that stick of butter and you butter the bottom of that casserole dish. You don't want nothing to burn and you don't want nothing to stick, because it does change the flavor of everything if it burns. So make sure you butter that dish real good. Then you're going to pour that cream collard mixture into that casserole dish. It's going to be a perfect fit. I don't know how big that dish is, but it fit perfectly. Mix it in real nice and make sure it's smooth. Then you're going to take some mozzarella cheese. That's right, mozzarella. We got a real little Italian over here. And you're going to put it in the oven and you're going to cook it till it's bubbly and brown. Look at that, baby. That is crispy, crunchy, golden brown deliciousness right before your face. That's those cream collards. Now, baby, let's get into the main dish. Go go ahead and take your pork chops out of the refrigerator and let those begin to warm up to room temperature. But while those are warming up, let's get into this bacon jam, baby. You're going to need 1 pound of bacon. I use Applewood smoked bacon, but you can use whatever you like. But you're going to need 1 pound. Then you're going to take 1 large red onion or a sweet onion. After you get those onions in the pot and they are cooking to become translucent, you're going to take about 3 cloves of fresh chopped garlic. You're going to mince that garlic up and you're going to throw that over into the pot with those onions and let everything finish cooking together. While that's cooking, you want to take some balsamic vinegar, about 1/4 cup. That's going to add some sweetness. Then you're going to add some brown sugar, baby. Brown sugar makes everything better, about 1/2 cup. And then let's talk about bourbon. You want some good bourbon because bourbon is where the flavor's at in this dish, baby. Once you get that bourbon thrown up in that pot and that brown sugar and that bourbon, you want to go ahead and pour up some apple cider vinegar. You want a good apple cider vinegar. Don't use that cheap stuff, baby. You want to see the residue at the bottom of that bottle, baby. 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, and then you're going to cook it in the pot and throw that in the pot. And while that's in the pot browning and cooking up everything, you want to cook this bacon in that mixture for at least a good 25 minutes. And you're going to see it begin to get thick. Continue to cook that until it becomes like a syrupy jam. Look at that. Absolute perfection. Now that bacon jam is on the side, let that cool and we're going to work on these pork chops. Go ahead and take your marinated pork chops out. Put them in a bowl and you want to pat them dry. That's right. You want to squeeze some of that moisture and get a cast iron skillet. That cast iron skillet is going to keep that heat and it's going to add that golden brown flavor that you are looking for on those pork chops. Throw those in the cast iron skillet and get those brown on each side. That's right. You see I hold that up and I even get that fat brown to hold in that moisture. Once you get it brown, you don't want to cook it all the way through. You just want it brown. You're going to put those on a baking sheet. You're going to add salt and pepper to taste and throw those in a preheated oven at 375. And you're going to let those cook until they are absolute juiciness perfection.
Hey, what's up, boys? So good to see you. Thanks for having us. I brought some wine.
Awesome. Thanks so much again for joining us on this fall edition of Sugar Salt Soul. Remember, this is all about friends and family and spending time with the ones you love. Bundle up, pull out those sweaters, put up those spring clothes, enjoy a little bit of wine with friends as they enjoy. Listen, thank you so much. We really appreciate you all watching and supporting Sugar Salt Soul. You see that button on the bottom again. Please like, follow, and share. We can't do this without you. We need your support, and we appreciate you. Again, we're finna check out right now. We'll see you next time on Sugar Salt Soul. It's about to get what? Delicious. We out.